Hello and welcome to NSK's PV Power Hour for July 15th, 2017. Brought to you by NewSchoolCotton.com. My name is Yoshi, and as always, I'm joined by Charlie Draco. Cotton, what's up?
Not much. Not a whole lot.
Yeah, same here.
Shitty week, but
But it's
that's
alright.
life.
We got, I had a shitty week too, honestly. Work week sucked ass, but we got a metric ton of idle stuff to talk about, because
For like
like
2 weeks.
20 PVs, 25 PVs came out by legit, like, known groups. It's
Yeah.
insane, the amount of stuff that's come out this week. So we gotta get started real quick. We're gonna talk about 8 PVs tonight. That's two more than usual. We'll probably be talking about 8 PVs next week too. So yeah, make sure you tune back in for that next week. But first up, we're gonna talk about Gang Parade Beyond the Mountain.
God, this is artsy as fuck.
Yeah, it's too meta for me, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start really. I guess we could just start with the PV, the visuals. It's everything's shot basically colorless.
Super overexposed.
Right, and that's the look they're going for. It's not like the
Yeah.
usual, hey, let's put Japan filter on it so everything looks bloomy. I want everything to be white except for hands and eyes and facial
Lips.
features. Yeah. It's
Yeah, it's like we're gonna
interesting.
make this way overexposed, and then we're gonna paint like certain aspects of your body black,
Yeah.
so it shows up.
It's cool. It reminds me of, I think maybe like Madonna did something with that, right?
Yeah. Vogue.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't remember, but I feel like Madonna did something like that,
Maybe,
and
or
I believe you.
Ray of Light.
No, I think Ray of Light was. I'm not sure, but I remember Madonna doing something like this, where you just see her
Yeah.
facial features, and that's basically it. And that's about half of the PV. The rest of the PV is just random shots of like wings and like
Dance
they're
shots.
dance shot in a white background room with like illumination or stuff projected on
Projection.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the wings are about, but I'm assuming that relates to the lyrics, I guess. Going beyond the mountain, like you have to fly over your hardships or something. I'm
Beyond
assuming.
the mountain is the sky.
Right. And then they're flying with their fake angel wings, and
Yeah.
a member does turn into an angel at the end, and
Uh,
kind of walks.
and there are lots of shots of like the sky and just them
Right.
in the sky.
It's like the wings of Icarus, where the closer you fly to the sun, the harder it is, and is the downfall of you. I don't know. I'm just making shit up, but
Sure.
it has some sort of meaning. I don't know exactly what it is, but there is a meaning to it, and you would have to literally break down every line in the lyrics to probably understand. But I'm not really a lyrics guy, so I'm totally fine with the imagery. It's like whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the imagery's alright. It's just really, really artsy.
Right. And I don't think this is something you'll enjoy more just because you understand it, you know?
No,
It's
probably
just
not.
pretty and it has some meaning, and that's basically it.
Yeah, it's a little too much for me.
Yeah, artsy fartsy, like you said,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. It's shot nicely, it's got cool ideas, but yeah, it doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah.
The song is kind of weird as well. It's interesting. It sounds like your typical Matsukuma Kenta song, which I think he did write this, but I couldn't find any information. I looked everywhere, couldn't find anywhere where it said composer Matsukuma Kenta, at least on Japanese Google. So the chorus is your typical Matsukuma Kenta Bis style chorus. It's up tempo, high energy, really catchy. But like the verse is like atmospheric and odd and quirky, and the members are talking they're not singing, they're talking in English. And well, no, they're not talking in English, but they sound like people who just learned Japanese as a second language, and it sounds like an English speaker trying to speak Japanese. And at least one member, it sounds like that.
Yeah, especially at the beginning, it's hard to tell exactly what language she's speaking.
Yeah, I mean, she is speaking Japanese, but she sounds like she learned Japanese as a second language. There's like inflections and intonations that isn't really natural to the Japanese language. So it's kind of odd. I don't think they have a non-Japanese speaking member, so it's kind of funny. It's interesting in that way. It just comes out of nowhere, and I noticed that.
Yeah, I don't. It sounds like an American rapper.
Right. It just doesn't sound like a native speaker is singing in or talking in Japanese. It's interesting. I think it's thought provoking. I'm curious as to the origins of the member and the direction that the producer of the song was like. Hey, can you sing it in a way where you sound like you just learned Japanese? That's what it sounds like to me. It's funky.
I still have this issue where the instrumentals are way too loud.
Yeah.
Or, well, the vocals aren't loud enough.
Is that for the verse or like the whole song?
For all of it.
Okay.
I know that they're trying to go for that, like, quiet, whispery type voice. And there's a part, about what, somewhere around a minute that is okay. But a lot of it is the lyric track is way quieter than the instrumentals.
I think basically if it's not the chorus or the pre-chorus, it's really soft.
Yeah.
And it's interesting.
It needs just a little more to the lyric track for it to really be able to understand what they're saying.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big guy of, understanding lyrics or whatever. They could be talking about pooping your pants for 5 minutes and I'll be okay with it as long as the melody's good. And I feel that way about this song. Yeah. So trying to play devil's advocate here is that you're finding an oddity in the vocals being kind of quiet. I would argue that maybe it builds to the chorus when it gets energetic and it does get louder. Maybe it's just like a crescendo where it just builds into it. I think that's...
I don't feel a build-up to it, though. It stays the same. And it's not so much the way it's performed. It's just that the vocals are just a little quieter than I would like.
Mm-hmm.
So just a little more volume on them.
Right.
Just to bring them a little more above the instrumentals, I think would be just right.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't notice, but
and
I can see that.
It's not even the lyrics because hell, I don't understand what they're saying. They could be telling me to go jump off a cliff and shoot myself in the head.
Oh God, hopefully not. Jesus,
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know the difference, but I want to be able to hear the voice.
Right.
And it's a little too blended for me.
Okay. Well,
throughout the song.
Yeah, I didn't notice it, but I will take your word for it. Anything else on this?
No, it's not really my...
Yeah.
I mean, I think...
You're not a big fan of that umbrella, the Biss umbrella, so...
I'm okay with Bish, but yeah.
Yeah. Would you say Bish is your favorite out of those groups, like Maison and Billy Idol, Gang Parade, Bish? Would you say Bish is your favorite?
Yeah.
If you had to pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
It'd have to be either Bish or Maison Book Girl, and I've ragged on Maison Book Girl pretty good but that's more the producer than the actual members.
Yeah. I think I would put Billy Idol number 2 for me.
I think for me, Gang Parade's like only. Well, I guess there were a couple songs that I liked by
Yeah,
them.
I have a couple. That's about it. I
The,
don't have like an entire album that I like. You know,
the first song they did, which was a cover of Pop.
Plastic to Mercy.
Yeah,
Well, no, that was like last year.
but it was Gang Parade,
Yeah,
and I think that's like the only
not
song
Pop.
I. No, Gang Parade did a cover of
Yeah, but it
Pop.
wasn't their first single.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't Gang Parade's first single.
Wasn't it?
No,
No, maybe it was. What was it, like their second? Or...
no, it was that was like a year ago. They've been around for like 2.5 years now.
Well, I know that there's what there's been Plastic to Mercy, and then it was something else, and then
Yeah. No, I
it-
think they were Gang Parade before they did Plastic to Mercy.
I thought Plastic to Mercy was Gang Parade's first song.
Well, no. Well, technically yes,
No, no.
but they recovered it. Yeah, they did in December last year, and they were already Gang Parade at that point.
Okay.
And then when they were still Plan MA, they did Plastic Mercy in 2014.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
But
fucking
I
confusing.
I actually didn't like Planame's version of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you said that.
So
Yeah,
I
I
did-
think
I-
I like 3 songs by them.
I think Plastic to Mercy is probably the one I really like
Yeah.
from them.
Yeah. I
And
like
then-
Happy Lucky, Kira Kira Lucky when they were Pop. I like that song. That's probably my favorite Gang Parade song. When they used to be called Pop. That was a PV with the puppets.
Yeah, I didn't like anything really before the name changed to Gang Parade. So
I'm pretty sure you liked it. I'm pretty sure we talked about it on the show and you liked it.
I might have, yeah.
I think you did. All right. Well, just
Anyway,
yeah, we got sidetracked there. Rate it.
I'm gonna give this song a 77. I like the instrumentals. It's got a nice atmosphere to it. The PV, I'll give it a 75 just because it's not my style. It's well done, but I wouldn't know how to rate this. So I'll just give it a flat C.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on the PV. I'll give it a 72. It just doesn't speak to me at all. I don't really have fun watching it. I'm impressed by the visual effects and stuff, but yeah, it doesn't really resonate with me. I'll give the song an 83. It's a good song. It's a really, really good song. It's catchy, great energy. The atmospheric verse stuff is kind of okay. I'm not a big fan of that, but the rest of the song is fantastic. You know, your typical Matsuko Makenta song, but, you know, when he hits great, and, you know, he hit here. I think it's really catchy. I'm pretty sure it's him. The drums definitely sound like him, so. Alright, that's Gang Parade, Beyond the Mountain. Next up, Kuel, Dry Eye.
Dry Eye.
Except it's spelled A-I instead of E-Y-E.
Yeah, it is a very dry love.
Yeah. It's just... Or you could be speaking of artificial intelligence. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, they're talking about their eyes, and they do mention in the lyrics of, you know, having tears and whatnot, but it's dry eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a play on words, I guess. And
What are you gonna say?
no, go ahead.
This is a very safe song. Very safe rock song.
Yeah, it's a very uninspired J rock. It sounds like, you know, a very typical anime opening song to me.
I stands for Arnold Schwarzenegger, huh?
Yeah. I don't know how that
Yeah,
stands for Arnold Schwarzenegger, but
yeah, me either.
sure, Kenny.
I would have gone with like I don't know Will Smith or something.
Oh, iRobot.
Yeah,
Oh well, he played Terminator. There you go. So
yeah, I
he's a
know, but
robot. Yeah. So you're right. It's a very safe approach to like a very not dark, but a melancholy J rock.
yeah, it's got what two singers mostly.
I mean, the main singers are Monako and I forgot her name. I think it's Yuzuki. Uh, those two are the main singers. The other two kind of fill in, and then Yako's the main rapper. So yeah,
Yeah,
Yuzuki and Monako are usually the two main singers, and Mamu and not Yako, Ikuda are kind of side support vocals, and then Yako's the typical rap girl. So
yeah, which this is a short version of the song,
yeah,
but there's not the rap that I would expect from him in this.
yeah,
There's a little bit, but
yeah. It happens at the bridge,
it's not what I would expect from him.
right? Usually, what Yako does is like maybe after the chorus for like 5 seconds or 10 seconds, and she'll do it multiple times. But here, it's just one instance for about 10 seconds in the bridge.
Yeah.
So it doesn't happen as often as it usually does for
And
them.
usually when they do it, they drop the instrumentals down so she's at the forefront.
All right.
And
Also,
they don't do that in this one.
yeah, and the members don't they never I don't remember them kind of jumping in to kind of support her lines.
Once in a while, but it's normally only like one member, and it's
Right.
not very loud.
Yeah, but here it's like when you go to a rap concert, it's if you go to like Eminem, right? It's not just Eminem performing on stage. There's usually like two or three hype men that will finish the line with the rapper. And
Yeah.
that's how I feel like is how it was executed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's okay. I think it's an okay song. It's decently catchy, but definitely not my favorite Kuehl song. I think Don't Stop was a better song too, if we're gonna consider their Avex releases now that they have two under their belt.
Yeah, they've got two.
Yeah. But yeah, even considering their early discography when they're in the indies, it's not better than
Yeah.
any of them, any of the main
No.
singles at least.
No.
But it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just really safe.
Yeah.
Uninspiring.
Yeah.
Or uninspired.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Let's talk about the PV. This is definitely the most budget they've ever worked with for a PV. I think the biggest tell for that is that they have the most amount of fashion going on. It's not like the best fashion or like the most trendy fashion. It's just a lot of fashion. There's a lot of makeup, a lot of accessories, a lot of parts to it. So, yeah, I could tell that, Avex gave them some money to work with here. But, yeah, it's a typical Kuehl PV, the performance shot is like a warehouse setting. The rest of the time, they're hanging out in, like, random locations. That's a typical Kuehl PV.
yeah, I have no idea where some of these are shot.
Yeah. One's at the beach, one's in, like, a cafe or a restaurant-looking place. There's some outside shots. Monaco's getting rained on. Yeah, so...
Yeah, it's very dark. Very dark.
Dark, but not, like, faded colors, right? It's just...
Yeah.
It's well lit, but everything around it is dark, like black or
Yeah.
deep blue, so...
Or purple.
Yeah, but it's really well shot, and the members look good, so...
Yeah. Yeah, it's well done, but I don't know. I don't find it all that engaging. There's
Yeah.
some sort of drama going on, but I have no idea what.
I don't know if there's any real kind of drama. I think they're just sad
Well,
people.
I don't think there's really any like storyline going on,
Yeah.
but there's drama in it.
Yeah, because they're sad and they're crying and dry eye, you know? Because if you're
And
sad and crying, you don't have dry eye.
yeah, and they're smashing mirrors and I guess yeah, I don't know. They definitely didn't give me what I was hoping for in this one.
Yeah. And I don't think Cool PVs are have ever been their strong suit. It's usually their music that captures my attention. And
Yeah, except for oh god, what was their debut?
my check one too.
Yeah, I really liked that PV. That was just
I wasn't a big fan of it.
it was simple to understand,
Yeah, but
and it was a little different for what was going on at the time.
yeah. But it was a lot of nothingness. Not
Well, that
no,
was the whole point of it.
yeah, yeah, but there's like here too.
Yeah.
There really isn't depth to it. It's just random. Everything's just random, so there's no real meaning behind it, I guess. So
Yeah. Yeah, the
Another-
only thing that adds to it is like they got a band
right,
and the performance shots.
and you basically see them for like 2 seconds for the guitar solo. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of a clunky PV. It's not all that fascinating.
Yeah. I was watching it on this and I'm going, this PV is like really not that interesting. The only thing I had fun with was trying to figure out it was try to keep an eye on Yako the entire time.
Sounds like a bias.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Rate it.
I'll give this song I'll give it a 75. It's an alright song. I would listen to it, but I'm not gonna go out of my way looking for it. The PV I'll give it a 70. It's not that interesting, and it kind of feels, I don't know, like the concept got lost somewhere along the line.
I'll give the PV a 71. It feels soulless. I don't feel sad watching it. I'm supposed to feel sad, I'm pretty sure, but I don't. But it's shot nicely, so I can't really put it in the 60s. So it's all right. It gets the job done for one view. I don't need to see the PV ever again, I don't think. Song, I'll give a 76. It's got its moments, but it doesn't have the usual like coolness to it. I don't know. It's hard to describe. Maybe there's this avexing going on. Maybe they're just slowly getting watered down by Avex. I don't know. I think it lacks a punch. I feel like Keel usually packs a little bit more of a punch melodically, specifically. So yeah, it's a little lacking for me. But it's not bad. That's Kuhl's Dry Eye. Next up, let's get to the summer PVs here. First up, we got two summer PVs we're going to talk about. First up, Niji no Conquistador, Kimi wa Mujaki na Natsu no Jou.
I mean, you know what summer PVs mean?
Bikinis!
This summer girl is an innocent mistress.
Yep.
Oh, God, I missed that when I first watched it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Meaning on many levels. So, yeah, it's a summer bikini PV shot in Guam, boys. So if you're into that. Are you into that?
Not really.
Oh, same. So, Namotanagi won a Gravure contest. I think it's the Young Jump Gravure contest last year or 2 years ago. And, for obvious reasons, she is very gifted. And now there is another member from Nijikon that's entering that same contest. Her name is Mataba Karin, and she's here in this PV, and she is gifted as well. So there you go. If you're into that kind of stuff,
I
that's for you.
don't know who's who, so.
Well, just whoever has the most bouncing parts.
Yeah,
That's who I'm talking about. The two.
but which one's which?
The one with the stripe bikini, yellow, blue is Nagi, and the other bouncy one is Cutting.
There's a couple. There's a few bouncy ones in this.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about bounces anymore. It's really uncomfortable considering they're all fairly young. It's really weird. But if you're into that, that's fine, I guess. Just don't take it criminally, people.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of bikini PVs, and half the shots are them in bikinis on the beach, and my eyes glaze over, and I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, and even the other outfits that they're wearing is God, it's so gaudy.
Do you remember Sayonara Crawl? I think AKB. They were just wearing flowers all over their outfits. I feel like they wore something similar to that. I don't remember exactly. At least their bikinis did. I don't remember their whole outfits, but yeah. It's just flowers all over the place.
Yeah, this is just really fluffy all over the place. It's like, I'm not... I mean, they're kind of cute, but I wouldn't wear it.
No, it's gaudy.
Yeah.
It's gaudy, for sure. And probably a little too much. It reminds me of something Wasta would wear. It's just so aggressive in its color and design that it really reminds me of Wasta. Wasta is very aggressive in that way, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wasta, I could see that.
Yeah. They tend to wear more pastel colors, but yeah,
I still wouldn't want to see it, but...
No, it's too much. It's too much. It's just like...
I can understand it.
They're just like, look at me and look at this stupid thing I'm wearing, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, and this PV's shot in Guam, so it's, nice locations. Beaches, beautiful, cool locations, but, it looks like it's shot in... Like, some of the shots are shot in, like, 1990s camcorder. Like, color-wise. And I don't like that.
Which ones?
It's mostly the beach shots, I think. It just looks, like, yellowish in tone. It looks like it's just... They're trying to do a retro filter or something. I'm just not a big fan of that.
Yeah, I guess I can see that.
It's weird. Maybe it's just the lighting of, the location, but it just looks yellow or orange.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, not a big fan.
I was watching this, and there's only, like, one girl that really stood out to me.
Okay.
And she's the one that's, like, really dark.
Oh, yeah.
Really tanned.
She is probably the most pushed member of
Really?
The blue team. Yeah, the blue team is in here. So Niji no Conquistador has the yellow team, and then they have the blue team. Yellow team's Beibo got baseball girls. Blue team is Sagittarius Yusegun or something like that. It's a separate group, but they shoved that blue team into this. That's why there are unrecognizable faces, including that member you're talking about. But she's very tan, and tall, lanky.
But she's on the NijiCon profile page.
Right, but she is under the blue team.
Huh.
It's all confusing. It makes no sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shimizu Riko.
And they performed separately at... What was that fucking Nico Nico stream that I watched like 2 weeks ago? They perform by themselves without Nijicon, like actual Nijicon, so they are treated as a separate group, but then not really. It's super weird. I don't understand how that works at all.
Okay, so according to her profile, she's on the cosplayers team.
Right. And that's a whole nother thing that has no effect on Nijikon as a group. That's just for like side activities, so it's just nonsense.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're into disgusting bikini PVs, there you go. This is all for you.
Yep.
Let's talk about the song. Song is a ska punk song, and I thought I would like it, but I don't. The drums sound super cheap. It sounds like crap, to be honest with you, and weak. The snare drum sounds like they were tapping on a tin can. It sounds like shit. And yeah. Usually when ska punk happens, the horn section is aggressive in its presence. Like, hey, I'm here, bitch. Listen to my melodies. And it's not like that. It's just kind of there to fill in. And it's weak and doesn't have a significant melody. So it's really disappointing.
That's what I was missing. I was missing the horns in this.
You hear it, right?
Yeah.
But there's no, like, actual melody you can get attached to. It's just, like, there.
Yeah. And it's not always there.
Yeah.
There's
I mean,
quite a bit where there's no horns at all.
To be fair, ska in punk rock music, they really only play during certain parts of the song. It's not like they're playing the entire time. So, in its, appropriation here, it's fine in terms of use, but usually it's more in your face about it. So, it's disappointing. And I don't think the song is all that catchy.
It's got good energy to it.
Yeah, the energy's
Which
there.
I think is infectious. But yeah, it's not all that catchy as far as the song itself goes.
Yeah.
It's more the energy of the song that's the catchy part.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the song at all. I'm actually disappointed because I saw the lyricist was Nobe, and he's done lyrics for a couple of other Nijikon songs, and he's done some good stuff. So I was hoping that would carry over into the composition and the music, and it didn't. So I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I could see that.
And Nijikon has been, for the past year and a half, I'd say year and a half, yeah. They've been solid. Like, for me, I've enjoyed basically everything they've done. And this is the most disappointing thing they've done in the past year and a half.
God, I'm trying to remember what else I've heard.
No Life of the End. It was the PV where they're in a school and they're being chased by zombies. Senjo no Saint Valentine, the Valentine song from last year. The ramen song with Hyodine in it. The curry song where they're doing like the Kaso Taisho contest thing. Those are all good songs and pretty good PVs. This, I can't really say the same. Just pretty neutral on this.
Yeah, I think instrumentally it would definitely be subpar for me. If it wasn't for the girls actually being really hyper and energetic in the song, yeah, this would be a really boring song.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see where that comes from. And listening to it more and more on repeat, it does get really, like, just zone out on it.
Mm-hmm.
After a few listens, so.
Yeah, pretty whatever.
And the PV's pretty whatever, too.
Yeah. Alright, anything else?
No.
Rate it?
I'll give the song. I like the energy of the song, but I'll give it a 72. Probably should be higher, because I do find the energy very infectious in it. Um, the PV I'll give a like 70. It's shot well, but I'm over bikini PVs. I wasn't that interested when they started.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give the PV a 68. It's shot okay, like, the direction, the members, performing and acting, whatever. It's okay. I don't like the filters or the camera they use. It looks odd. It looks older than it should. Song, I'll give a 70. It's just not really catchy. I appreciate the energy, but it's not really catchy, and don't like the drums and the lacking of horns. I think the horns are a huge miss. It's just, yeah. What makes ska punk great is the horns being aggressive in your face and catchy, and it's not. And the song itself isn't catchy either. Alright, that's Niji no Conquistador, Kimi wa Mujaki na Natsu no Jo. Next up, our second disgusting PV that we're going to talk about tonight. NMB48, Masaka Singapore. And this is the second week in a row we talk about a 48 group, and the title is Unexpected and Noun. Because last week it was Igai ni Mango, that's unexpectedly mango. Masaka Singapore is basically unexpectedly Singapore.
Yeah.
Igai ni and Masaka are basically synonyms. So I don't know. Maybe we can trace back to Akipi's naming conventions and see if we can find other songs where he says something is unexpectedly something. But there's two right here. And they're in Singapore, I guess.
Maybe.
Yes. So let's set up the story. It's not really a story that makes sense, but Yamamoto Sayaka has a golden mic, and she passes it to the rest of NMB48. But somehow that golden mic gets lost in Singapore. Don't know how. And it is locked in a case in a museum in Singapore. And the rest of the NMB members dress up like
Cat burglars.
Yeah, cat burglars, like, Catwoman and the fucking, what is that thing from the 80s in Japan? It's a sister's Cat's Eye? Yeah, I think it's Cat's Eye. Yeah, they're cat burglars, and they are trying to get the golden mic back. And that's it, basically. And at the end, Yamamoto Sayaka retrieves the mic and tosses it to the members, and guess who catches it? It's Shiroma Miru. She's the next generation. She's the chosen one over Yagura Fuko.
Okay.
And I don't know if you're aware, but there's this weird rivalry between Yagura Fuko and Shiroma Miru. It's fantastic.
Doesn't surprise me.
It is amazing. Like, their fans just constantly shit talk one another. It's incredible. I've never seen so much hate for another member between two members. It's just hilarious. I love it. I love seeing it on Twitter. And guess who wins? I do, because I like them both.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Miru is the chosen one, and that's basically the PV.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few details in there, like the whole freaking gymnastics to dodge the laser beams.
Right. The typical, if you're, a spy or some sort of thief, you have to
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible laser dodging kind of thing. Yeah, but not quite, hanging from the ceiling, but they're trying to dodge it by doing gymnastic moves, like you said. And they're getting by security guards, sneaking around.
There's 4 of them that are crawling all careful through it, and the other 2 are like, yeah, we got this.
Yeah, and then the security guard they run past is Yamamoto Sayaka. So she was basically in on this the whole time.
And she just kind of smirks.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't quite get this. I mean, it's the whole passing of the torch deal.
Yep.
It's all it is.
Basically.
I would have laughed my ass off if Momoka had caught it.
That would be amazing. And like she puts the mic into her ass and farts into the mic or something. I don't know. She would do something like that.
Yeah.
Not into her ass, but like in front of her ass and farts into the mic. That's something I would expect. Come on, man. Let's keep it a family-friendly show, man. Come on. Come on, man.
Yeah, I could see her doing it.
That would be amazing. So it's yeah, definitely a passing of the torch situation, and all the Yaguro Fuko fans are crying in their sleep and cursing the name of Shiroma Miru.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea who's in this video except Momoka and Sayaka.
You don't recognize Miru or
No.
or Fuko?
No. But then I was more into NMB's music than the members.
Oh.
So I never really paid attention to the members.
There's still like the old guard, Yoshida Akari, Tanigo Airi, Ota Yuri. There's still
I'm still trying to figure out who the center is, because she looks really familiar. But
that's Miru. It's just the center's Miru.
No, not the one with the black hair. The one with the Okada Nana haircut.
Okada Nana haircut?
Yeah,
like a dude cut?
Yeah, she's got like short, lightish.
Oh, that's Ota Yuri. Yeah, that's Ota Yuri. She's been around. She used to have long, not long, but like medium length black hair. But yeah. So that's the PV. And the song is, your typical 48, not up tempo or aggressive. It's a very typical feel good, breezy song.
It's a very AKS.
Yeah, it's very boilerplate by the template. And that main melody of I'm pretty sure that is like a mix of two songs. I can name one of them, Seigi no Mikata Janai Hero, and the other one I can't think of. But like that melody is so familiar. I'm pretty sure it's been used before. And I can't put my finger on it. Someone can correct me. Hit me up on Twitter at YoshiRect if you recognize where that melody is from. But it's the same goddamn melody as another song. And I just can't, for the life of me, remember it.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah. So now we're getting to the point where just recycling melodies, and, it's not a surprise. They have, like, hundreds and hundreds of songs between all the 48 groups, so it's not a surprise that they overlap. And, forgot to mention something in the PV. Suto Ririka's in this, and it's kind of funny.
Why?
Remember, she's the one that proposed. She's like, I'm getting married or something. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's funny that she's in this, because this was clearly shot before the elections, so otherwise she would not be in this.
Why? She's apparently not having any reprimand on her.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought she's just like done.
She's. Last I heard, she was going to be in until December.
The fuck.
So,
fucking whatever. I don't give a shit. It's hilarious.
As far as I know, she has not had any managerial backlash from it.
Yeah.
The fans are pissed, but
yeah. That sets a precedent. So now we're gonna have people openly coming out and saying, "Hey, I'm dating a dude," and they shouldn't be reprimanded, right? If we're gonna say Suto can get away with it, they shouldn't be reprimanded. So it's open to floodgates. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing more and more of it. And if they get reprimanded for that, that's bullshit. And that Suto didn't, that's bullshit. But yeah, that's a whole nother topic to discuss.
Yeah, because I have no idea what is going on there, but that's what I've heard anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a typical AKS song. It's the chorus is pretty catchy. I wouldn't say it's. I'm trying to decide if it's better than Igai ni Mango, but I don't remember what Igai ni Mango sounded like. So, I'm a horrible person, but for right now, I enjoy this. So,
yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I love Japan's, very stereotypical. I'm gonna be a cat burglar, so I'm gonna dress up as a cat.
Right. And leather.
Yeah, with the whole ears and the like cat mask. And the only thing missing is like the tail.
Right. They're
Uh,
basically trying to be Catwoman.
yeah. Well, even Catwoman had the tail, didn't she?
I think it depends on the whatchamacallit.
Yeah, I guess it probably depends on like the
If it's like
director.
comic book or whoever
Yeah.
wrote it or whoever directed it, yeah. So, yeah. Anything else on this?
No, I'm very, very lukewarm on this.
Rate it.
I'll give the song a 70. It's very lackluster for me. It's too boilerplate AKS for me. The PV I'll give like a 73. It's all right, but it's another drama PV from AKS with bikinis.
Yep. I'll give the PV a 75. I think it's shot really well. The members look great. And I think this is the right way to do a disgusting bikini PV. I don't feel like I was like watching it. I was there to watch the bikinis. Whereas
Yeah.
I watched Niji, that's how I felt. Was the director's like, look at them in bikinis. Isn't it disgusting? Here, I don't feel that way. I don't feel pressured to watch the bikinis. I think it's just there. So I feel a little better about that. It's shot really well. Members look good. Yamato Sayaka, goddess as always, and yeah, and I think the cat burglar stuff can be funny, not hilarious, but can be funny. And I think there's enough different things in there to make it enjoyable for multiple views. So I liked it. Song, I'll give a 73. It's okay. It's catchy. It gets the job done. It's another one of those songs. All right, that's NMB 48, Masaka, Singapore. Next up, get your resume ready because we about to apply for some jobs with Tsubaki Factory, Shukatsu Sensation.
Oh dear God, where do you even start with this?
I don't know, but I love everything about this, so why don't you tell me what you don't like about this?
The lyrics,
Yeah.
the message.
I mean, it's very literal,
Yeah.
It's very like, hey, we're going to do this, like job hunting and getting a job in the
Yeah.
future for the company and stuff, for the future of Japan. So, yeah, I think it's if you look up the lyrics to Love Machine, I think it has moments of that too. Not saying, this isn't a Tsunku joint, so it's a little different, but Love Machine was all about Japan's future because they're going through terrible financial crisis during that time. So
I don't.
it's similar to that.
If I remember right, Sunku didn't write Love Machine.
I would imagine he wrote parts of it.
Oh no. Oh, okay, no. Yeah, he did write it. Write the lyrics for it.
Yeah, so it's that. It's basically very specific and action oriented rather than being vague and about emotions. It's about doing stuff.
It's about how the job market in Japan is getting really freaking old, and they need a new generation.
Yeah. I mean that sort of comes with the country. That's a country issue. The country is aging, and it's weird as fuck. They're just not reproducing, and they are shrinking in population. So this is basically they're telling you to have sex and have babies. Young generation of Japan. No, it's not that. It's a really, I don't want to say dumb because I don't think it's dumb. I think it's a goofy thing that they did. It's very literal about, hey, this song is about job hunting for the future and getting a job and having a career. So, as a topic, it's kind of weird because, most idol songs are about love and relationships and all that shit, emotions and feelings. But this is a very, like, a dream-oriented thing, like, concrete. And I like that. And I guess we could talk about the song, too. The song is written by Nakajima Takui and is the grooviest shit ever.
Well, it's arranged by Dance Man.
That too, like
So
incredible.
I was listening to this and I'm like, yeah, this is a really it has a really familiar feel to it.
Yeah.
This wasn't done by a Sudoku, was it? I looked at it and it's like, no, it wasn't Sudoku. Dance Man. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it does. It feels.
Nakajima Takui has written my favorite Hello Project songs from like the past 2 years. So this is up there for me. I don't want to put it up, I don't want to put it at Taiki Banse or Umaku Yanai levels, but this is, I love this song. I love this song.
I think the biggest problem with me is, well, the lyrics, essentially, because they're just so long, drawn out. It's like...
But are you having an issue with the meaning?
No. Well, there's that too, but... No, it's just... The words are... The verses are so long and drawn out, and it's just...
So, but would it be an issue if they were singing about something else then? Because I don't feel an issue with the melody or the rhythm. It's like to me it sounds like a New Jack Swing song. I could totally see Michael Jackson singing this. Like 90s Michael Jackson could sing this.
Oh god, that would be funny.
It would be amazing.
Especially if you kept the lyrics the way they are.
That would be amazing. Yes.
That would be
hilarious.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think you're more bothered by why are they talking about job hunting and talking about careers and stuff rather than actually having an issue with the composition of the song.
Maybe.
And I think that's not that. I don't think that's an appropriate reason to feel bothered by it. I think this song and PV like ties together because of that. And if it was about romance, it'll be some boring ass PV and the lyrics won't mean anything. It's just another fucking romance song. Oh, I love him, but he won't love me back. This song actually has some depth, meaning something fresh, original. It's sort of like Rodo Sanka. That's the vibe I get from this. It's goofy, it's specific, it's about, getting a job, hard work, and it's just goofy as hell, and it works for me. I love that. I love the energy.
Maybe if I had listened to it without the PV first. Because I think that's where a lot of it comes into, is the way they're acting in the PV.
Yeah, I have no issues with that either. So
the dancing is just fucking ridiculous. I just think the dancing is hilarious.
that mostly comes from them wearing skirt suits, and it's funny to see them do all out choreography in that. And I think that still is the whole thing about why I love this so much, is that it's refreshing. They're not dressed in some bullshit, shitty, frilly skirt idol outfits. They're wearing skirt suits. That's hilarious. Amazing. You don't see it often.
It's better than the Bank PV or whatever it was that we watched a couple weeks ago.
Bank?
Was it a bank or a shopping center? It was all office workers.
Oh, yeah. It was Natsuno Mamono, I think.
Yeah.
It was their rating their record label, yeah.
Yeah, it was that interesting. It was really boring song. Which this one's not. And their outfits weren't as classy as these.
No, they were wearing like school uniforms in that
No.
PV.
No, they were wearing office.
Okay, we're not talking about the same PV then.
But it was very dated.
I just love that they went in like on this so hard. From the lyrics to the setting, the concepts, the theme, the acting, the outfits. Kumai Yurina makes a cameo appearance. Like fucking like everything about this. They said, let's take this concept and just go fucking head first. Don't look back. Go 105, 110, 110%, like fucking balls to the wall. They didn't half-ass it. That's why I like this so much. It reminds me of Rodo Sanka because of the theme, and Rodo Sanka went in balls deep, hard into the concept, and they went a little more ridiculous. This is a little more grounded, but the goofy nature of it is similar.
This one's more promoting the already their culture of Japan, where I felt like Rodo Sanka was more going against the culture of Japan. It was more of a, this is what we're going to do to, blow off stress type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or this is how we support the workers that have to go through all the stress.
Well, that was Rodo Sanka. That's basically what it was. Just like, hey, we support you, and we know you're working hard. Hang in there. There's a brighter future. Keep at it. This is like, let's get into that.
Yeah, this is go be a corporate slave.
Yeah,
and I think that's a lot of where I have problems with it.
I don't think they actually mean to say, let's go be a corporate slave. I think there's no actual... There wasn't something from, Nakajima Takui writing the lyrics to saying, go be a corporate slave. No, I think it's just a goofy concept that he came up with or someone else came up with, and he wrote a perfect song for it, and the PV director directed the perfect PV for it. I don't think there's some ulterior motive to promote, going into corporate, environments. It's not like some, military campaign to make joining the military like a glorified thing. Not saying it isn't, but especially with the military. But that might be a poor example. But how they try to glorify some workplace to show like, hey, look how great this is, but in reality, it kind of sucks. I don't think that's their point. I think they just wanted a goofy thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely... I did pay close attention to the lyrics and read through it. I'm like, there's good points in it, but... I don't know, I don't feel this song. It just... doesn't feel right.
Anyone who doesn't like the song is insane to me, so you're insane.
I like the instrumentals. Okay, and that I have no problem with. But there's just something in the feel to it that I don't like.
Yeah, I love everything about it. Instrumentals. I think the only thing that bothered me a little bit is that Nakajima Takui likes to use that choir vocal thing. It's like, oh, he loves using that. So I think it's getting a little old, but it's appropriate for this style of music. So, but yeah, I have no issues with this song.
God, what was that other song that we were talking about a few weeks back?
I don't know. I thought you were talking about the PV where the members of Natsuno Mamono, they go to their record label and just fuck shit up in their record label company office.
No.
I don't remember a PV where there was an office setting and...
It wasn't an office setting. It was in the streets of Shibuya. But it was all office workers.
Oh, is it the Nogizaka ripoff that we talked about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there are, like, retail people for that department store or whatever.
Yeah. Those outfits were just not nearly as classy.
Yeah, these are way cooler. I mean, these are simpler and cooler to me. I love this thing. I love it. Anything else?
No.
Rate it?
I'll give the song a 77. I do like the instrumentals, but there's just something that feels off to me. The PV I'll give a 76. I find the dance the choreography to be ridiculous and funny. So I'll give them that. And it's
Uh,
shot well.
yeah. I'll give the PV a 95. It's super enjoyable, just perfect amount of dumbness and goofiness that I enjoy. Kumairina cameo, fantastic. Outfits are simple, clean, straight to the point, not playing around. Song 94, it's fucking awesome. It's a Nakajima Takui song. It's what I come to expect from Nakajima Takui. Whatever he touches in the context of Hello Project usually turns to gold. So it's fucking fantastic. It's groovy as fuck instrumentally, and melody is awesome, catchy, incredible. Um,
Wow.
it's fucking awesome. It's one of my favorite things this year. So that's Tsubaki Factory, Shukatsu Sensation. Next up, this is definitely not a PV about having a job or career. It's passcode One Step Beyond, because you're gonna be chased by some mysterious organization and be caged up in a weird ass room.
I didn't get this video at all.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. There's just barely not enough context to not understand it. So it's a very confusing PV. Not that you're supposed to understand it, but
I wouldn't even say just barely not enough. I would say there's quite a bit.
yeah. I mean, it's just they needed to include more of the not drama, but like story portions for us to really understand what's going on. All I can tell from this short version of 2 minutes and 42 seconds is that the members of Passcode were confined in a room somehow and they escaped and they're being chased by a dark organization, and that's basically it.
And one of them gets recaptured right
Yeah.
at the start.
Yep, and that's basically it.
And then they somehow break her out again.
Yep. No,
Like
no,
it.
no other context needed, I guess. So, yeah, and the rest of the time it's solo member shots or the members performing on a rooftop. It looks like maybe I can't tell.
Mm, yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah, and they have a backing band and they're dressed in white with like huge giant afros, or not afros, but like
Just giant hair
white
wigs.
wigs. Yeah, it's weird. But I do appreciate the drum setup. He's got a pretty sick setup there. I appreciate that he has good taste in drum setups, because I believe we're about to talk about the next thing we're going to talk about has the most basic ass drum setup I've ever seen in my life, and I hate everyone for it. So, yeah, it's nicely shot. I like that. Passcode's PVs have always been nicely shot. Cameras, filters they use is fantastic. Good dynamic movement in the camera, and yeah, and I love
Yeah.
those outfits. So
Yeah, the outfits are nice. Um,
they sort of remind me of Bish outfits, but
the whole this whole package reminds me of Biss.
yeah,
Um, and the song, the PV, even to a certain extent, it's not as crazy as Biss. More along the lines of something I'd expect from Bish.
I
But
think Biss even yeah, I guess yeah, Biss has made some PVs that don't make any sense. So
yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. I feel like Biss or Bish, either one, would have done a better job of conveying the story.
right. And we might be harping too much on the story. Maybe the director didn't really give that much of a shit about the story, so it shows, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I mean, Biss or Bish never tried to tell a deep story, but they
Yeah.
always had some themes and some kind of struggle within the PV, and they always conveyed it in a way where it's really easy to understand and wasn't really confusing.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying this is confusing, but it's just it's lacking some shots to give us a little more context.
Yeah, there's no real reason, like, why.
Yeah. Why were they captured?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they rebels? Are they...
Right. I mean, that we could probably say the same thing about Bish giant killers that we talked about a couple weeks ago, because we didn't know why they were captured or why they were locked up
Or
in the room.
why they had their eyes closed with ice painted on.
Right. But in the end, we got a finish as to what the struggle was. The struggle was between the members and the father, and they end
Yeah.
up killing the father. So there was some sort of conclusion, but this is a short version, so we don't really even get a conclusion to even make more sense of what's going on, I guess.
Yeah, and
We're
like,
really missing that.
why is one of them in a bathtub?
Yeah, and with rose petals in it. I don't.
There's not a whole lot in this that makes sense. I mean, they're locked in a room, but it's a room that's like overgrown with plants.
Right. Yeah, it's weird. It's cool that they spent that much time and effort on it, but they don't show it enough. That's the issue.
They spent some money on it.
That room looks ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
it looks ridiculously decorated, but we barely see it.
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah, because, I mean, most of the shots, even if they're in that room, are, like, super zoomed in.
Yeah, and the members, you basically only see the members, you don't see any background.
Yeah.
It's disappointing in that way.
So-
that room looks insane. It's cool.
You spent a good chunk of money to either rent this place out or build it or whatever.
Yeah.
And you kind of wasted it.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because this is why you don't do short versions, because maybe in the next 2 minutes of the song in PV, we get to see more of it.
I think it's only it's like 3:30.
Yeah, the full song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they need to show it more.
So there's not a whole lot to it, but I mean they do cover quite a bit in a very short span of time. So
Yeah. All right. So song sounds like a PassCode song. It's got your mix of
vocoder and auto tune.
a little bit of that. At least it's gotten better from when they used to be. Remember where they were before, where it was consistently all auto tune. At least it doesn't happen here, which I think is a vast improvement. They mix elements of like post-hardcore, metalcore here again, which is, that's sort of their sound. And what's noticeably present here is sort of like a chiptune aspect to it. It reminds me of like especially the intro. It reminds me of Mega Man music. So that's kind of cool, but that's not really music I want to hear outside of the context of the game. I know people really like gaming soundtracks and listen to them all the time. I'm not one of those people. I don't really care to listen to gaming soundtracks outside of the context of the game. So it's it's all right. It's
I think
okay, I guess.
there was only like one Final Fantasy game where I really liked the soundtrack.
Yeah, but like some people listen to it like in their their phones and on the computer when they're doing tasks or whatever.
Yeah, I have like Final Fantasy 9
Yeah.
soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. Like I love the Persona 4 soundtrack. I own the Persona 4 soundtrack because it came with like a bonus that I bought with the PS2 game. But I never listen to it. I love that soundtrack. Like when I'm in the game, I fucking love it. I'm like bopping my head to it, but I'm never in the mood to like go listen to it,
Yeah.
So
I still don't like their vocals. Or not their vocals, but the
filtering
treatment. The treatment of the vocals.
Yeah.
For me, the best part is the screaming.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. The best part about PassCode vocally is the screams. I know it's usually that one member does it.
Yuna.
Yeah,
I believe is what the comments said.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's probably the best idol group screamer.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Not that there are that many, but she's the most impressive that I've heard.
There's a few out there.
Yeah, but I can't really name them, so.
Yeah.
Maybe that one girl from Zenbu Kimi no Seda, I think, is
Yeah.
a screamer, but yeah, can't really name any. Except for this one, but she is standout. She's Like, I wouldn't be bothered if she was in an actual like metalcore group and is screaming the entire time. That would be totally awesome, actually.
I'd probably like this song better.
Yeah. If it was
I
just screaming the entire time.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, for sure.
I I could see Bish or Biss doing this song without the auto tune
Yeah.
and liking it more.
Yeah, this song sounds very bissy if you take out like the chip tune.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything else is pretty biss-ish.
And I've even watched one of their live performances, and they do this live.
The autotune vocoder.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and it sounds really, really weird because it's
yeah.
like echoey.
Well, because it's doing it live, right?
Yeah, so
it's
there's like a delay in it, and it sounds
yeah.
really. I didn't like it.
Yeah, the first instance of like live autotuning I heard was the Black Eyed Peas during a Super Bowl halftime show a couple years back, and I hated it. It sounded like shit to me. So
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll probably would be bothered by that here too.
So yeah, if you dropped all the auto tune and just had her scream, I'd probably like this better.
Yeah.
And I'm not into screaming that much.
Hmm.
So
I'm with you on that, 100%. All right, anything else on this?
no.
All right, go ahead and rate it.
I'll give this a. I'll give it a 68. I really don't like the vocals. I don't like that effect. Instrumentally, it's all right. Not my favorite style, but it's all right. The PV, I'll give a 70. I mean, it's all right. It's shot well. It's definitely shot well, but the story or whatever, the drama, kind of lacking.
Yeah, and that could be from the short version, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's lacking for sure.
And it sounds like it drops into an EDM thing towards the end of the PV, and I actually kind of want to hear that part.
Yeah, so
Just
we'll
to
have
see.
to check out the full release on that. I'll give the PV a 73. This is mostly due to the fact that it's shot really nicely. I love the camera work. I love the dynamic angles. I love the filter they use for their video. Can't really get behind the concept or the themes. It's too edgy for me. Not my thing. But yeah, I appreciate the technical aspects of it a lot. I love the outfits too. Song, I will give a 70... 74. It's alright. I think I liked their last single. I think it was called Bite the Bullet. That one was way better for me. I think it was way catchier and way more screaming, I think. So that's always a plus. And I think that song I still listen to. This one, I'm not sure if I'll keep listening to it. So that's PassCode, One Step Beyond. Next up, Rosario Cross, Niji Ito Shout, Rainbow Shout. Not sure what's so rainbow about it, but yeah, I hinted at it previously when we are talking about passcode, but
Oh.
the drum set setup I hate. It's a 5-piece setup with 2 crash cymbals, one crash cymbal and 1 crash ride and hi-hat, and I hate that because that is every beginner drum set on the planet of the Earth. And to me, it just looks like, did you just start playing drums, sir? And, you know, it's not, I'm not trying to be some elitist, like, get on my level, smug kind of thing. I just think you can tweak that setup. All you have to do is take that second tom-tom off, and it would look so much better. And Japan somehow still uses 5-piece drum sets. I don't know why. But that's just me being nitpicky. Yeah, the PV takes place on a rooftop and also a white background room.
Probably a school, from the looks of it,
Yep,
if I had to guess.
yep. It wouldn't surprise me. They went to school on a weekend and shot it when school's
Yeah.
out. And yeah, it's a very straightforward ass PV.
Very white.
Yep.
The outfits are white. The backgrounds are off white. The only real color is the school shots, and even the building is, gray.
Yeah. So it all kind of blends together.
I think the fence has the most color.
Yeah, it's green.
Uh, I didn't have so much a problem with like the scenery and stuff. I had a problem with the choreography.
Mm-hmm.
With them holding the fake box mic.
Yeah.
I thought that looked absolutely ridiculous.
Would you prefer it if they actually were holding a mic, or is it just
Yeah.
the way they're doing it?
Yeah, it's just the way they're doing it.
Okay.
I mean, I would have been happy if they had like taken and cut out a cardboard box and painted it to look like a mic.
Well, they're basically copying PassCode, right? PassCode actually, when they perform, they hold their mics to the side like that because they're trying to be flight attendants or whatever. So
Well,
it's cool.
I don't know if it's that or if they're trying to go for like the old fashioned silver mics that were
Yeah, that you hold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with your hand, actual hand, like on the mic.
Yeah. That's what it looks like to me.
All right. Yeah.
So it's just it looks absolutely ridiculous, especially with the choreography.
Those mics were expensive, so it was cut out from the budget.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, I would have been happy if they had just taken a cardboard box
Right.
and painted it to look like one of those mics.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably get cheap replicas, if anything, too, so.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I did notice that. It didn't really bother me like it did for you, but yeah, I definitely noticed it.
It's just, it looks ridiculous. Especially the one girl, because it looks like she's trying to claw her face off.
Yeah. But, Rosario Cross, their choreography is always intense and energetic. I appreciate that always. So yeah, that's always good. But yeah, that move is kind of odd. But yeah, it's a very simple PV. There isn't really any intrigue. They're blowing bubbles on the roof.
They're shouting silently.
Yeah, and that's basically it. That's not much to the PV.
No, it's definitely more focused on the choreography.
And that's the right thing to do.
Yeah. In this case, because they didn't have much else for a concept.
Right. And I think just taking them out of this white room and then putting them on the rooftop and then just doing the choreography and just doing the entire PV on the rooftop would have been fine. But this white room thing, I'm always bothered by boring-ass white rooms with nothing in the background. I think it's lazy as fuck, which is basically in the lyrics. They do say lazy in the lyrics, so maybe they're talking about how their background is boring and lazy. But yeah, it's just that's all it is, boring and lazy.
What is it? Lazy,
crazy,
noisy,
yeah,
something to that effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically, it's just about when you're frustrated, shout.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I got from this.
It is subtitled, so that's pretty nice. They did the Hello Project subtitling for you, but they didn't do it in Japanese either, so if you were trying to learn it in Japanese, you're kind of fucked.
I would say it's probably better than the Hello Project subtitles.
I don't like the font.
Well, okay, yeah, but
the Hello Project font is better.
Looks like Arial.
Yeah, it just looks like, hey, this is English font.
I don't have a problem with font. I look at font and I'm like, okay, it's a font. I don't have this whole like, oh, that's Time Roman numerals or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a font.
Yeah.
They did it better than some because they're using white on a white background, but they gave it a deep enough shadow or thick enough shadow.
Yeah, the borders.
That it actually shows up. It doesn't just blend in.
Yeah. Because it'd be fucked otherwise.
Yeah.
It would just blend in.
So yeah, and I think the translation's better than Hello Project. It's not a literal translation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the lazy man's translation of going, oh, this word means this.
Well, I mean, that's
Hello Project.
Yep, that's them. That's how they do it. Let's talk about the song. Song is like, I'm trying to think of the most appropriate a way to compare it, but it has like slight punk rock elements, and especially in the verse where, I mean, it's not really punk rock, but it's like what you would do if you were to tell a, I don't know, high school production what punk rock would be without really educating them on what punk rock is. And it reminded me of Punkish, that part, especially in the verse, with the instrumentals for sure. So yeah, it's
It it gives me that big band ska type feel to it
yeah,
without the horns.
yeah.
It's kind of bossa tone, bossa nova sound to it or feel
I
to
don't
it.
think bossa nova is quite that, but
I, I don't know. It's just kind of that big band type feel.
yeah. To me, that's why I said like high school production, because to me it sounds like high school musical, or Broadway musical would do like a rock number. This is that.
I'm trying to think of that band, and I can't think of their name now. That I kind of get the feel of from them. It's an interesting feel to the song.
Mm.
It's very hyper, very very energetic.
Yeah, and Rosario Cross always got energy in their song and dance, so that's never an issue with them. The day they do a boring ass ballad is the day I will cry, because that's not the Rosario Cross I want.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not too crazy to steal the lyrics again about the song. I liked their last single. I think it was called Seishun Call Me. I like that song way better. This one, not so much.
I don't remember that one. I know we talked about it, but I don't remember.
I
What
like
it
that
was.
song a lot.
That one was a lot.
That one's more like typical idol pop. This is got a
Yeah.
little more bite to it.
That one feels very safe and stereotypical.
Yeah, but I love the melodies, so that was enough for me. This song, I don't think has the melodies.
I think I like this one more, just because of the energy. I don't really notice the melodies so much, like you do. Uh,
I mean, that's the reason why I listen to this. So,
yeah.
because if I had to find something positive about any other thing in most idol groups, I would not like anything. So,
Yeah, I could see that.
all right, anything else?
No.
All right, rate it.
I'll give this song a. I'll give it a 78, 79, somewhere in there. I like it. I actually found myself really getting into this song. I found myself kind of bouncing around in my chair listening to it. So I really enjoyed this. The PV I will give a. I'll give it a 76. It's a really simple PV as far as concepts go, but it's executed well, despite the lack of props, which I think would have benefited.
Yeah, I'll give the PV a 66. It's arguably the weakest point about Rosario Cross is the budget they're working on. It's clearly they don't have too much of that going on. I think the white background thing is lazy as hell, and I never ever like it. There's only so much rooftop shots I can handle until I guess I get bored of it. So even if the whole PV took place entirely on the rooftop, it'll be better, but I don't know if I would enjoy it like that much.
Yeah.
The song I'll give, let's do a 70. It's all right. It's got its moments, but it's not completely there for me. That's a Rosario Cross, Niji to shout. And last but not least, we are going out with the bang. Deadlift Lolita, Muscle Cocktail. So, until I listened and watched this PV like twice, I had no idea what Muscle Cocktail was.
Protein drink.
Yeah, I had no idea until I actually paid attention and I saw that they were talking about protein drinks and actually drinking a protein shake. Then I was
They're
like, oh, cocktail, because it's a drink and it's for muscles. Okay, got it.
they're actually like shaking one up in the shot,
Right, right.
and
I didn't
then
notice until like the second viewing.
shortly after that they're drinking it.
Yeah. So yeah, Deadlift Lolita, they're doing more muscle stuff.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah, and it starts off kind of like a movie trailer where they're like
Yeah.
going through like the taglines of, oh, can they overcome this? You know, I'm just talking out of my ass because it's not I don't remember it, but
Yeah,
it
it's talking about how muscles, to make them stronger, you have to break them down and repair them again.
yeah. So it's like metaphorically, visually, like there's
Yeah.
some rift between Reika and Lady Beard. So that was the imagery of a muscle being broken down, so it can come back even stronger.
Well, and then it towards yeah, it right before this song, it says we too must be torn apart so we can grow closer.
Right. So that's
So
basically the concept.
yeah,
Um, but I mean, the rest of the PV, they look like they're having a lot of fun. The only part where they actually had any like dramatic moments was
was
the intro
that first what
minute. Yeah.
minute and a half, something like that.
Rest of the time, they're just working out, doing wrestling moves, hitting each other with pillows, and drinking protein shakes and
Yeah.
posing on the beach. So
Yep.
and so I don't know. I guess they've overcome
Looking
their
sexy.
trials. Sure.
Or
Call it
trying
that.
to look sexy. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So yeah,
Uh,
it's I don't know. It's got some interesting shots, like shots of them in the gym or in the wrestling ring is kind of interesting. They're actually performing moves. Like Reika does like a drop kick, and she gives Lady Beard like a Hurricane Rana and stuff. So like she is a wrestler, so is Lady Beard, so it makes sense.
yeah.
I wish they actually did more of that. I think that's fucking awesome because they looked really good. Like they know how to wrestle. It's not like, oh, I wrestled 2 matches, so I know how to wrestle. No, they actually know how to wrestle. From what I've
Yeah.
seen, like the limited amount of wrestling I've seen, so I wish
Yes.
they did a little more of that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's not like they took an idol and said, "Okay, here's your two wrestling lessons. Now let's go."
Right, basically Tofu Pro Wrestling.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's not that they know how to do the moves, which looks good. But yeah, they're training in a gym or on the beach in the grass. It just, yeah, I don't know. That's basically it.
I still don't know about Lady Beard's the way he sings this song though. The English lines anyway.
I
I
I thought he was trying to go for like a Nine Inch Nails Rob Zombie kind of thing. The song sounds like a Rob Zombie song, except for the chorus. Rest of it sounds like a Rob Zombie song to me.
Nah. I
I thought
haven't
that's what he was
listened to
doing.
Rob Zombie since God, like maybe his first album
Mm-hmm.
or second.
Yeah. So that's what it reminded me of. So
I don't know. It the way he sings the English vocals makes me think that he's trying to sound like a Valley Girl or something.
no, I think he's trying to be dramatic and
It's
like enunciate each vowel.
well, yeah, okay, that's fine, but just the tone he puts on it sounds really weird to me.
I like it. I like anything Lady Beard does vocally. I think he has such an interesting range of things he can do vocally that
Oh yeah,
I think it's awesome whenever he does something different. Like he sang like old man and a lady last week when we talked about whatever that fucking song was. So
yeah,
he has ability, and I wish I've always said I wish he would just break off and do his own thing, but at least he gets to do different things vocally in this, or he has been at least.
yeah. He definitely gets to experiment and try stuff more with Deadlift than he did with Lady Beard or
Yeah,
Lady
it just
Baby.
seems like the last 3 releases he's done different voices. So
Yeah.
It's cool.
God, the chanting at the end.
Yeah. They say like buff, buff, jacked, jacked, and they also say swole, but they
Yeah.
misspell swole. And
No, they
it's like,
don't.
it's wrong, dude.
No.
Swole is SWOLE.
No.
Yes.
No. Look it up.
Dude, I know how swole is spelled.
Look it up.
SWOLE. Swole.
Or SWOLL. If you
No
look it
one
up.
spells it that way, dude. Everyone who spells swole is
Well,
SWOLE. Go
it's-
talk to Swole Taku. He will correct you.
Ebonics.
Yeah, but people spell it one way more than the other. There's no point in spelling it SWOLL because no one does it.
There's
It's SWOLE.
There's a whole freaking list of pages for it in Urban Dictionary.
There is no one that spells it that way right now. I have not seen anyone spell swole SWOLL recently at all, if ever.
Well, yeah, but we're talking Japan where they're like 5 years behind.
Lady Beard can fix it, but he doesn't care.
No, probably not.
I don't know if there's much else to say about this. It's pretty typical what you would expect from Deadlift. So
Yeah, I'm starting to see where you were coming from with Six Pack Twins. Reika just doesn't really fit.
yeah,
Yeah, you got Ladybeard with his screaming and actually ability to sing. Period.
I mean, it's not so much that she doesn't fit. It's just that I don't think she's a good singer.
Well,
Like,
I kind of feel that she doesn't fit though. Not in after 3 singles.
I don't think her vocal quality is that of singing.
Yeah. Well,
Like, there are plenty of idols who suck at singing, who are worse singers than Reika, but their voice makes more sense with singing. It's
Yeah.
hard to explain, but I don't think her voice is a singing voice. While some shitty singers still have a singing voice while being completely off pitch or whatever, but they sound okay because they have a
Yeah.
more palatable quality to their vocals.
better tone.
Yeah. I'm not talking about pitch or staying on key or whatever. I'm just talking like they have a pleasant quality to their voice.
Yeah.
I don't think Reika does. I'm not saying her voice grinds me. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of her voice.
I don't have a problem with her voice. I just I like her voice. I just don't feel that it fits as well with the music.
Mhm.
Lady Bird, he could growl, he could sing multiple styles. Reika's always sounds the same.
I mean, I think isn't that what they're going for? Is like she's gonna sing like be the cutesy one and sing all cutesy, and that was supposed to be the dynamic of Lady Beard, growling and screaming and then doing other things. So
I don't
it's
feel
what it
like
is.
I don't feel like it works
yeah,
because she's not this cute prissy girl.
right,
I think there needs to be a little more gravel to her.
right.
Eh,
No, but then what's the point of calling this group Lolita, right? If she loses that cutesiness that she can provide with her vocals, then
still got looks.
just yeah, but then like I don't know. It just then you're just calling it like Deadlift for me.
Well, okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but I don't trust that she has the vocal ability to do whatever you want her to do.
Probably not. And that's why I think she needs either a different group or something. I'm not sure it's working.
Mm-hmm.
This one's better than last week. I didn't.
Maybe, yeah. I don't
I
remember
didn't
what I scored last week, so.
I didn't feel that. What was it?
I don't even remember the song.
The light stick one.
Kimite Rasu Sairyumu.
Yeah, the light stick one.
I think that's the one that I like the most.
I didn't. I think that one didn't work as well as this one does. But yeah, I still don't think Reika's vocally is that great.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on this?
No.
Why don't you rate it?
Uh, hmm, hmm. I like Ladybeard in this. Um, I just find him amusing to listen to.
And he's just like the best. I think he's just an incredible entertainer. He has so much range.
Yeah,
He can do whatever he wants to do. He's so gifted.
yeah. I'll give this a. I'll give this a 77. I enjoy this song. I'm not sure about all the elements of it, but I definitely do see that Nine Inch Nails feel to it. The PV is kind of whatever. I'll give it a 75.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's it's just whatever.
those are very high scores for something that's whatever. If it's whatever for me, I'm going like 68, which I'll probably give this PV. No, 68 is probably a little harsh. 69. I think the long, drawn-out trailer is excessive.
Yeah.
It's not. There's really no point to it. Whatever they're doing is not interesting, although they're charming enough to kind of carry it. But whatever location they're at, they're the only people there, so it just feels really empty. And yeah, a little sad for me. Song, I'll give a 69 too. Yeah. I think I like the verse the best, and that's basically because Lady Beard is trying to be Rob Zombie or Nine Inch Nails. So, yeah, that's literally the best part. I don't like it when it gets to the chorus and gets all cutesy. I get that that's the dynamic they're going for, but I don't. The transition is a little jarring for me. So, I'd rather it just stick to Rob Zombie. That would have been cool if it was Rob Zombie the entire time. All right, that's Deadlift Lolita Muscle Cocktail, and that's all 8 PVs that we're gonna talk about. So let's decide on the MVPV of the week. Give me your top 2, dude.
Top 2. Uh.
I know it's kind of hard to do out of 8, but like for me, there is a very clear top 2 for me. Maybe in the top 3. I'll give you a top 3.
God, that's hard. Because I have a feeling I know what's going to win.
Yeah.
But I'd probably have to go with Dry Eye and...
Dry Eye. Cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Gang Parade's way out because it's just way too artsy for me. Niji-con and NMB are out because they're just... They're bikinis. And I didn't think NMB's song was that great. Yeah, top 3 would probably be like Kuel, Tsubaki Factory, and either PassCode or Rosario Cross.
No, what would be your top 2 then?
I'd probably have to go with Tsubaki Factory and Kuel.
Okay. So my top 2 is clearly Tsubaki Factory is number 1 for me. Number 2 is probably not NMB, Gang Parade, Beyond the Mountain, and then number 3 is NMB 48. I am super high on Tsubaki Factory, like I said when we talked about it. If you don't want that to win, I will make an argument. I don't think Kuel is better than Tsubaki Factory, so I will make that argument if you'd like me to.
No, I kind of figured that because you rated that in like 90s.
Yeah.
And I was pretty even throughout.
Yeah.
There was no one standout for me.
Mm-hmm. So are you
So.
cool with giving it to Tsubaki Factory?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That makes it easy. Tsubaki Factory, Shukatsu Sensation is the MVPV of the week. If you're part of Hello Project Upfront Management and in charge of Tsubaki Factory, reach out to us and we'll get you a nice little care package, a little plaque that says MVPV of the week for July 15th or whatever. Fucking, yeah, just fucking hit us up on newschoolcotton.com and also follow us on newschoolcotton. Follow me on Twitter at YoshiRect and Draco at Draco60. We stream these podcasts Saturday nights somewhere around 7 p.m. Eastern, sometime between 7 and 10 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you tune in for that at twitch.tv/newschoolkaidan. Anything else, man?
No.
All right,
No.
that's going to do it for the show. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.